Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of Telia Misfits. Okay, cool. I am joined with my good friends and players who have yet to TPK in. We are 8 episodes in and no TPK. That is quite the achievement. I am joined here with my friends Sarcastrophe,
Uh,
Savian,
I'm eating a snack.
cool. Enjoy that snack. Ocean X,
Hello.
and the wonderful Raining Blades. Good enough. We are a 5e D&D game for anyone who is joining us for the first time, which I believe nobody is, but it's always good to say. And last time, in Telling Misfits, Mr. Callahan, what happened? Also, Highland. The silence is part of the act. Yes.
so, last time, from Callahan's perspective. So after taking down that a-hole of a were-rat sketch, we got approached by this really weird character. Name was Yoru Silver. Weird dude, blonde, eyes all over the place. Let me tell you one thing. Sketchy. Just like the guy we killed.
One
He
could
was
say
kind
he
of-
was pretty sketch.
He was pretty sketch. He more or less asked us not to go find Dina, and in exchange for information on some weirdo called Volschnark. Who knows? Who knows? Apparently, some other guy is looking for someone, and yeah, we decided to kind of leave things be. We had a little bit too much of West Reach. All in all, I would have given it a 1 out of 5. The people there are terrible, but at the very least, there's some interesting sights, and I was never bored. Nowadays, we're after gathering all of our stuff. There was a big tussle between someone and Kyoho. It's kind of left out of the loop on that one. Thanks, guys. She was looking all beat up, but we all decided to head down to the port city of Faywave, off to the south. There, we're going to be accompanying this merchant, some scummer by the name of Alan, all in order to accomplish the true goals in an attempt to teach both Emrys and Demir how to swim.
Wonderfully remembered, Callahan.
Straight from the horse's mouth, boy.
Yes. So, as we resume, we fade back in to the continent of Telia, where our intrepid, let's call them adventurers, set out from Westreach, having rushed the merchant Alan to make his way out of Westreach into towards Faywave a day earlier, while apparently being paid to protect the man. So you are both rushing him and being paid. It took a bit of convincing, but it did work. This Alan, this art dealer of sorts, takes up his caravan, his wagon with 2 horses, and he turns to you and goes, "All right, so one of you can sit with me, one of you can sit in the back, the rest of you are going to have to walk."
Yeah, I'm fine with walking.
We'll walk as well.
I'll sit in the back then.
Ah, I suppose I'll get the pretty red lady, huh?
I
Gotta
suppose.
change.
I'd be fine with walking as well, though.
Synergize with Kyoho, be like, do you want to swap around or?
It's up to you. I don't care who's with me, as long as you don't bother me.
I think Yoho is probably good at not bothering people.
That's
Yes.
a fair point. That's a fair
I
point.
think I'm pretty good at not bothering people, if I do say myself. But like I said, I'm fine with walking.
If you get bored, Kyoho, I've actually got a little bit of literature that I can lend you as your spiritual advisor, and take out my book of Maul.
I think I'm perfectly fine on that.
Don't knock until you try it. All right.
You only maul once.
I do award hero points sometimes when people deserve it and do cool shit. Sometimes I also take it away,
Much like Maul.
much like Maul. Maul giveth and Maul taketh
I'll
away.
take it
I
away.
was just saying, it's funny how we haven't seen Massive Effect and Massive Effect in the same stream, huh?
Yes, yes. Nothing to see here. Don't worry about it.
Maybe they're
Maul
Maul
said
the same
fact.
person.
Hey.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, so Damir, you lose a hero point for that stupid joke, but I do award it back to you because I'm nice. So, which
So you could say that you gained a hero point from that joke. After
Exactly.
don't twist my words and reward him for his bad jokes, please.
Maul according to plan.
Oh no! Now I am actually going to take away your hero point if you keep that up.
I'll give you that one.
Okay. Anyway, as you set out on your journey, you walk through. Well, two of you walk through, two of you ride through the gates out of Hightown, and then head past the Seven Rocks outside of the city of Westreach. What you do find before you is, first of all, it is midday, so you did not start on an early journey. But what you do see before you is a road that I believe Kyoho, Damir, and even Callahan, all three of you, since you all came from Faywave, well, you landed on Faywave originally, since you're from outside the mainland. You know this road, as in this is the road you traveled on the way to Westreach on your search for whatever you were searching. Each of you had a different purpose. Now you are heading in the opposite direction of this expanse of cobblestone road for a good chunk of the trip, of the today's trip. Sorry. The sky, however, is overcast, and the sun is quite hidden in the sky. You start along your way as you do hear the art pieces in the back rattling as the wagon moves across this cobblestone path. You mainly Kyoho, you hear Alan mutter a few. Is more like singing to himself, little jingles. It's not really, you can't really make out what he's saying. He's mostly speaking inwardly, but he is entertaining himself. You do see several travelers going the same way you're going, and some of them heading towards Westreach. But for the first hour or so, nobody bothers you. Nobody, well, some people greet you. Friendly people everywhere. Travelers usually like to be friendly with strangers. And as you continue on, 2 hours pass, and that is when a light rain starts to fall upon you.
Does this carriage have like a top to it?
Yes, it has a cover. So
Emirates is safe from the rain.
yes, Emerus is safe from the rain. Alan does pull some cover over himself and Kyoho. However, Callahan and Damir, you are quite exposed to this rain as it starts to fall.
I just kind of make sure my like my spell book and whatnot is like underneath my robe to try and like shelter it somewhat, but otherwise I just keep marching on.
All right. Um,
Colin's like visibly disgruntled about it, but he's not saying anything. He's used to it.
Sure enough. You continue on your travel. You do feel your clothing start to get rather, well, heavier, first of all. And it's an annoyance. It's an annoyance, but it is not going to bother you too much on your travel, as long as it stays this lightish rain. As you go along, you do hear Kyoho. Alan, he grunts and then looks at you and go, right, so what was all the hurry to go to Faywave so early?
We're investigating some things, and we have a lead in this direction.
Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, you adventurer types, huh?
Yes.
Oh, oh. I don't really see many of you folk. And he looks you over, then looks back at Damir. Seen a couple of Oni in my life. You're
The mirror
right.
sort of just like waves friendly.
He doesn't wave back. He just looks ahead again, ignoring you.
Yeah, there aren't many of us in this sort of area
Aye.
internally, and one less as of yesterday.
Ooh, cold. Not untrue though.
Well, it's factual.
Yes. He nods. Aye. I've heard that the Oni are good fighters, so it's kind of one of the reasons why I let you have the job.
She'll nod.
He looks back at Emrys. Not really sure about the other two. One of them looks drunk, the other one looks small.
Can Emrys hear this?
What's your passive perception? Perception. Potato.
Um, 11.
11.
I'm
At
not with his
yeah.
all-seeing eye.
No. You can't actually hear it with the rain and the merchandise clattering about and whatnot. You can't really hear what they're saying.
Can Callahan hear this?
Oh yeah, totally.
My ears are open, boys.
Callahan hears a fly fart in the other edge of the camp, other edge of the city that is already 2 hours away. So Callahan's fine.
I assure you that should the time come that we need to defend this carriage and your person and your belongings, that they will be vital to that defense.
Hey, that's good. That's good. Ain't paying you for anything else. Don't expect anything else, but expect a good job. Hey.
Nod.
All right. He looks at you again, looks you over. Gotta say though, Good to have a pretty lass next to me on this trip. He
She'll
doesn't.
nod again.
Yeah, he doesn't really. It's not. It's not. He's not trying to make a pass at you. You get that feeling. He's just. He's glad. Have company. Pretty
Yeah.
company.
Yeah.
But he mostly just keeps humming and sometimes reciting some lyrics that he like half remembers, half makes up at certain points.
Would
But
I be able to recognize what tune or what song he's singing?
roll me a history actually. And ooh, a natural 20 is a 19 for you.
Hey! I had to
Hey,
move before I could think back to it.
yeah, nice. You've never heard this song in Woolgate, but you've heard some travelers, people that came from the mainland to Woolgate, people that you don't usually dealt with, considering your previous line of work. But you've heard this song before. It is actually a song from the from Callius, the old continent. Um, from what you know of it, it is a song about the two moons. How the two moons were two uh, beautiful princesses that the sun itself fell in love with, and he decided to marry both of the princesses. Uh, However, one of them was ready for the wedding on the wedding day. The other one wanted to get ready um, and wished for. There's a few different versions. One of them says that she wanted a present for her husband. Another one, she wanted a beautiful dress, and she was late for her wedding. So she failed to marry the son, and now she is cursed to always follow behind her sister whenever the sister moves to follow her husband. That is why when the sun goes down, the two moons, one of them rises first, and the other one rises usually about an hour or two, depending on the time of the year later. Um,
Cool.
yeah,
Okay.
it is a song. He changes to some different songs, but this seems to be the one he knows the lyrics the best, and he seems to enjoy.
He's going to try and commit as much of this to memory as he can.
All right, cool. Um, he does know more lyrics of the song than you do, so that's good. Uh, but either way, while you are traveling under this heavy rain condition, who is keeping watch? And actually, no. What are the rotations for the watches? Because you're not going to keep watch the whole time. There's going to be one of you actively looking out for trouble at any time. You can keep watch for like 2 or 3 hours, and the full traveling day is going to be 8 hours. However, since you started late, this traveling day is going to be about 6.
To the
So
nighttime, is it?
it's going to be well, no, this is before nighttime. This is while you're traveling. Uh, just who is keeping what is the order of watches during the travel, and then there's going to be an order of watches during the nighttime, but that's different.
Okay, well, we're traveling for 6 hours, you said, yeah?
Yes, so around 2 or 3 people are going to be on watch.
Who has the highest perceptions?
I don't know, guys. Jeez,
Truly a mystery.
I feel overqualified for this job.
Okay,
Yeah,
I-
I'll take
mine's a
one
plus
of
5.
the I'll take one of the
Emrys will volunteer for one of the watches.
Okay. Okay.
Ambrose will go first, I guess. Why not?
All right, so Amaris, as you sit there on the back of the wagon, your field of vision is quite limited to the back and the sides, but it is good enough, and you keep watch. So roll me a perception.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going for 2 hours or 3 hours?
Are we doing 2 or 3 shifts, guys?
I was going to do one then Kyo's and that they do one as well.
All right, 3 shifts, so 2 hours.
Okay, so you keep an eye out. Again, your vision is quite limited, and because of the rain, it starts getting a little bit difficult to keep a true eye on everything going on. Plus, there's a lot of people in these first 2 hours. People mostly rushing to get out of the rain, to get to rest reach before the sun sets. You don't really spot anything out of the ordinary, and we move on to the second watch.
Yeah, I'll take that. No!
Wow.
No! All my
Yes.
boasting!
Yes.
My boasting!
Wow.
Karma.
20 and then a 1 to start it off.
Yeah. Callahan, welcome to D&D.
I'll just start I'll just be chatting to Mir. I'm looking in inverted commas, but I'm actually just talking shit.
Yeah.
You were too distracted trying to memorize the song.
Oh, there we go. That's a good reason. Between talking to the mirror and listening to the song, you're pretty lost. You're not really paying a close eye on anything that happens, and luckily nothing seems to happen during this time. You do notice though the cobblestone path the cobblestone does seem to become more sparse, and then aside from a few patches here and there, you just start getting into woodland areas, and the path just shrink a little bit. It starts becoming dirt, and it does get a little bit rougher, the ride, but no less comfortable for the ones sitting. Maybe a little bit, but it's better than being out in the rain. And for the third watch,
I'll do it.
all right. All right. What an awesome lot of guardsmen.
We're just so happy to be out of West Reach. We're
I
just
know.
not like
We just kind of.
Yep.
Da, 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 da.
I'm welcoming this. This is great.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful. Meanwhile, your employer is like blissfully unaware that none of you are paying great attention to what's going on. But either way, Kyoho, as you're sitting out in the front, you get a better view for what might come ahead, and you don't really spot anything as the sun starts to set, and even with the rain, which by the way, it's starting to get harder and stronger. The weather is getting quite bad, but with the cloudy sky and the sun setting, you're thankful for your dark vision. Let's leave it at that. And as you are reaching a point where probably you might want to stop in about half an hour or so, you feel the wagon stop abruptly and sink to one side slightly, as you hear Alan go, "Ah, fucking hell! What's going on?" And he looks around, and you see one of the wheels is deep into muddy ground. Ah, God damn it! All right,
I'm gonna get out and push.
everyone
Whoa,
out.
How did this happen? That's crazy. Jeez, that came out of nowhere.
All right, and he starts rolling up his sleeves. Come on, you lot. Help us!
So
Help
it must have
us!
been green.
Right. So who's helping out with pulling the cart out of the
Yeah, I
mud?
might as well help. I might as well help.
Okay.
I am.
I'll help. Oni strength.
Okay.
Everett will use the mage hand to somewhat help.
Yeah,
5
just
pounds of strength.
lightly push. Yes. Cool. Your powers are amazing, Emerus. So understandable. Right. So with that said, then I want everyone to roll strength, just normal strength roll.
Do I get to roll even though I'm using my
Oh no, you're not rolling.
cool?
Good God. Oh no.
5, 9. I am setting the DC lower for the Oni, yes, but not that low.
Ugh.
Okay, you just see Alan straining as all of you are straining against the weight of the wagon. Bloody! Ah! And he just kicks the wagon. It's really in there. Looks at Damir. Oh, you look like a big lad. Why aren't you pulling it out?
Well, you see, yes, I am quite big, though my strength doesn't necessarily. It doesn't exactly involve much of the particularly heavy lifting, if you see. And in fact, I am actually a wizard by tradition and
Talker,
practice,
I
which means
see.
I can-
Okay, and he turns away from you and goes around. Looks like only one of the wheels is stuck. The other ones might get stuck if we leave it like this, though. Uh, he starts moving towards the horses to calm them down.
Can I look at Dan and go, don't you have that Max of Bajillion's big ol' slap?
Max of Bajillion's big old slap.
Oh, yes, I could try to do that. Yes, okay, give me a second.
I was wondering if there's any magic you can use to help us with this.
And then, so Demir's gonna cast. Demir's gonna cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp and try and basically since the hand kind of comes out of the soil, he's gonna try and just have it come out underneath the wheel to try and kind of lift it up and out of the mud.
Very slowly.
Very dramatically, like very Luke Skywalker and Yoda on Dagobah.
Okay.
Like just.
You hear him go. You hear Alan look
Be very
as
careful.
this hand of dirt,
Very
rock,
hard.
and mud lifts up and starts to push the wagon, and roll strength as you hear Alan go. By the gods, what is that?
Just roll my normal strength.
It would be your. It doesn't have a strength modifier, right? So it's yours.
And
No, so it's basically you roll an intelligence roll.
okay.
Great.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Uh
huh.
Do you still have that hero point, or is that gone?
Yeah, he does
Yeah,
still
yeah,
have the
no,
hero
actually-
point. Yes.
You get a hero point every
All right. I didn't know if Fran took it away. Or
No, you still
Oh,
have it. I was joking.
I'll try it. Hey!
There we go. So you use your hero point to re-roll and succeed.
natural 20.
I
Nice.
go very Breaking Bad and go yeah, Max of Bajillion!
All right. So the wagon gets lifted up, and the wheel moves as the horses start to move forward, and it is pulled out of this muddy hole that it found itself stuck on. All right. Looks like the talker actually fixed it. Good job, lad.
Oh, why, thank you very much.
You still talk too much. And he jumps back into the driver's seat.
We should probably be finding a place to stop for the night so we don't get stuck again with how wet it is.
I suppose. You're gonna need to camp out.
Worry not, Demir. I believe that your excessive vocabulary may prove useful against certain opponents who could be worn down by continued speech.
Huh. I suppose that's true. I never really thought about using words, so in that literal sense, to solve problems. I know a lot of people talk about it often, that, the pen is mightier than the sword, so to speak. But I've never really truly tried to put that into question, typically evolving more so on my spells, which I suppose if they have somatic components, they actually are technically using my words to solve things. So,
Can I take a look around to see if I can't find a good place to camp?
Yeah, sure. Roll me a survival.
Yeah, time for the power of somebody who. It's good survive.
God, these rolls today.
yeah, we suck.
You suck. All right.
Roll
You
20 sucks.
sure. You look around and you end up finding a spot where you decide that might work, and trusting you, the Alan puts the cart in place. Parks the cart, takes off the horses, and he starts to give them some food while you guys set up your tents, because you do have tents.
Yep.
You got 2 tents, correct? So that's enough for
Yeah.
all 4 of you. All right.
Yeah, these things around. Yeah. Does Alan look like he has one as well? Yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna sleep in the wagon.
Yeah, that's great to know. All right.
Yep.
Night, boy.
Right. You just see him feed the horses, and then goes into the wagon and takes out some beef jerky. Like, can't light a fire, so well, gotta eat the dry stuff.
All right. I'm gonna look around our little campsite and see if there's anywhere that looks like somebody might sneak up on us.
All right, you are on the side of the road.
All right.
There's a clearing on the side of the road where there's less trees basically, and far less trees, and you are. Look, anyone coming from the road and anyone coming from the tree line, from the woods, it's themselves, can potentially sneak up on you if you don't have anyone keeping a sharp eye out.
All right. I'm gonna let everybody know that I'm getting ready to set down my hunting trap, sort of near the tree line, in a place where something or someone tries to sneak up on us. It might get them.
Okay, what kind of hunting trap is it?
It's the hunting trap from Adventurer, Garrett. It came with my background.
Yeah, but what?
When you use your action to set this trap, this trap forms a sawtooth steel ring that snaps when a creature steps on a pressure plate in the center. The trap is fixed by a heavy chain to an immovable object, such as a tree or a spike driven into the ground.
It's basically
A creature that steps on the plate must succeed a DC 13 dexterity saving throw, or take 1d4 piercing damage and stop moving.
Okay.
Thereafter, until the creature breaks free from the trap, its movement is limited by the lengths of the chain, typically 3 feet long. A creature can use its action to make a DC 13 strength check, freeing itself or another creature within its reach on a success. Each failed check deals 1 piercing damage to the trapped creature.
Okay. Cool. So roll me a stealth to see how well you hide it.
All right.
Right.
There's a good roll.
There's a good roll.
I'll let everybody here know that it's there, so we don't get anybody like waking up in the middle of the night.
Good idea,
and
maybe.
getting their leg pinched.
Yo-ho! I screwed up! While hanging upside down. Alright, you had it pretty well. It helps with the muddy ground and with the rain that just keeps on falling. Yeah.
And I can attach it to a tree because the ground isn't too good right now.
Yep. Alright, so...
And then also during this time, while we're kind of just like setting everything up, I'm gonna go ahead and like ritual cast several times like around the area alarm for an audio alarm. So just kind of like picking out places like kind of almost surround, or like a perimeter surrounding the our little area,
Okay.
like casting it multiple times. So if someone
Okay.
enters, we'll get alerted.
And then
Very
just
well.
to add in this whole cycle of just paranoia. Can I also ritual cast detect disease and poison, please? Just I'm looking for a poisonous,
You have
but
that prepared?
oh yeah, I
Okay.
prepared a bunch of survival. I've just figured we weren't just gonna be doing too much like character interactions. So it'll be more like detecting and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure. So Callahan is very disgusted by the outdoors. He's very much a city boy, and he very much makes that like aware. He's like very angrily casting the spell and waving his yew leaf everywhere.
Okay. So you do cast the spell, and you don't really find any diseases or poisons until you get to the cart, to the wagon. I keep calling it cart. Oh my god. Yeah, till you get to the wagon, and then you start getting a sense of it, a ping of it from Alan.
Oh, that kind of thing.
You sense the man has cancer.
Oh my god. Jesus, okay.
You identify the
Alright.
disease, so
Well, that,
Shit, okay. Well that took a turn. Does lesser restoration will that
nope.
I say nothing. I say nothing.
Mhm.
hey,
Hey, you're the one that cast the spell. I'm just telling you what's going on.
The burden of knowledge.
Yes.
I don't know. Can I bring up the book of Maul to him? Ask him if he's found peace or anything like that.
What do you want, lad?
Hey, Alan, right?
You might not even know he
Yeah.
has cancer.
Hey, man, I don't know if you noticed earlier, but well, I'm a priest,
Uh huh.
and like I'm also I'm a guy too,
Speak up, lad.
Well, I don't know. Do you need any like priest business done for you? Do you want? I can get you a little bit of holy water, if you know what I mean.
What? What?
Cast like a ceremony spell or whatever you want.
Actually, I was actually thinking about this. Are you gonna be hanging around Faywave for long?
I mean, I could be. My plans, my schedule's open. If you wanna talk in a one of those confession box things, but the confession box can also be a pub or a bar.
Well, I was actually thinking, because my daughter's getting married soon, and I was thinking if you could make it a cheap wedding if you officiate.
Yeah, man, sure, I could do that.
Well, that's good.
Do you know? Do they are they avid worshippers of Maul?
Ah, we're God-fearing folk. That's good enough, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen some people shit their pants whenever they go into a courthouse, which is the home of Maul. So yeah, I
Uh-huh.
guess that checks out.
Aye. Can't wait to see her getting married, actually. Uh,
Me too. What are their names?
oh, her name's Jesse. His name's Michael. He's a daft lad, but a good heart on him. She's already pregnant, too. Don't. Ah, God
she's
damn it.
pregnant.
She's pregnant. So, God, shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. Just ignore that part, okay?
Yeah, bro. Of course, I will. That will definitely not come up in conversation with me later, and I will not be spending all night thinking about that or anything else. Okay.
It's just she wanted us to keep it a secret for a while. Till it starts to show, you know.
I mean, it's big news, man.
Aye.
Bring a new life. I'm sure I can use something for it. I know I have gifts. You know what I mean? I can. Do you want me to? I can detect magic. Do you want me to tell you if the baby's magical when it comes out, or
Uh, I mean, I suppose so. If you're around, then is that how it works?
do you know? I don't know for sure, but I know who does. Hey, Damir! And I start frantically waving at Damir.
Namir
Yeah,
is like trying to build the tent, as you call him.
it's Callahan.
Yeah. Do you want to come over here real quick? Yeah, something we need to ask you. And I kind of give a nod to Alan.
And before Damir arrives, he goes, "Remember, keep it quiet."
Demir just kind of walks over, jovial. Oh, yes, Callahan, how can I assist you?
Hey man, I got a question for you. Magic babies. Where do they come from? They're like normal babies when they, you know, you know.
Let me consult my notes. Do I know anything about magic babies?
I just start nodding and kind of I give Alan kind of like those nods where you're like, yeah, my boy knows everything. You're in good hands.
An Oni and two fully grown adult men talking about magical babies and how they work. Okay.
Do I know anything?
Oh, if you know anything about magical babies, roll a nature. Okay. You have no idea if one can detect magic on babies and
You know what
how
I'll
it
do
works.
is I
Well, you see, Callahan, when a mommy warlock and a daddy warlock love each other very much, they
For
they get
fuck's
together
sake.
and
all right. So I'll level with Alan. I know very little about children, but I might be able to find someone from who works at a temple dedicated to Anwin. See how things kind of get sussed out, and well, I'll do the wedding. I'll do the wedding. How about that? How about we just stop talking? We all go back to our tents.
And our
Alright.
carriage.
there's going to be a wedding. Who's getting married?
My daughter.
Jesse and Michael,
Oh.
didn't you hear? They're getting married.
Oh, congratulations.
Aye. Thank you. He just stares at you.
Emrys was just kind of
Demir
like,
just walks away awkwardly. Well, all right then. Good talk.
I follow Demir. I'm like, all right, man, you oh jeez. I'll just slink my way into the tent and change into my silk pajamas.
Okay. Emrys, you were doing something?
oh, I was gonna say, Emrys was just kind of like, kind of like the gem on their forehead is like glowing. They're kind of making these like kind of magical hand signs and like chanting and stuff, not actually doing anything. Just because Callahan and Demir were, just to make it look like they're doing something.
Alright.
And then like late to the conversation after um after this whole conversation about magical babies has ended, Emery's just kind of pops in just as Demir and Callahan are walking away. Like, did I hear someone's getting married?
Uh, God, what spreads fast even in a small comp like this? Just having a conversation with a lot. My daughter's getting married.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
If Kyoho heard any part of this conversation, she's just gonna keep doing what she's doing because she doesn't particularly care.
Yeah, I figured.
Oh no, this person who's paying us to protect his cart so we can get out of Westreach, his daughter is getting married. What does that have to do with me?
Yeah, whip the freaking do.
Everything.
Especially when I have definitely not a blood pact to worry about.
Definitely not.
According to everyone, this is everyone's business. This is the most important thing.
Yep, yep,
Mm.
yep.
This is our new party quest.
No,
Save
we're
the man
going to
from
this
cancer.
wedding. We're going to this wedding.
All right, and so the wedding happens. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna need 4 watches. So pick your
I'll
watches.
take one of the middle two.
Okay. Rest of you.
I'll take. Wait, which one did you say you're taking, Kyoho?
I'll take one of the middle two.
Emerald will take the first one, I guess.
I'll take the third one then. If
Then I'll
everything-
take the second then. All right.
Yeah, so that way I can give a light spell to Emrys because I don't know if they can see in the dark. Because I can.
I have light.
Oh, so do I. Never mind. I can
Hey.
take whichever.
There we go. All right.
I'll take the remaining one.
Okay.
Demir will be waking up early.
Okay. So, first watch. Roll me a perception roll as everyone else heads into the tent, dresses in whatever they dress for the night, if they dress in
Time to
anything
not-
particular.
Time to not see anything again.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Um,
not bad.
So, Emerus, you light up. What do you light up?
Emery's is just like just putting like a couple of lights, just kind of near the tents around the camp.
Okay.
Just kind of, enough that light spell isn't massively strong, but just enough that Emrys can see at least things approaching camp
Okay.
closely.
You keep an eye out. The rain continues to fall. You're basically sitting at the edge of the tent where you can just keep a bit of shelter, so you don't get completely drenched. And nothing seems to pop out at you. And eventually, the second watch comes around.
I believe that is me.
Indeed. So you go to sleep while Kyoho switches
That's
with you.
more like it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kyoho keeps a keen eye out as the long watch. Yes, Dusk. Thank you. She keeps an eye out as the moons are completely covered by these stormy clouds, and it does start to get worse. The rain starts to get stronger, and the wind starts to pick up a little bit more. But
All right.
again, nothing seems to pop out at you. And
Alright.
it's time for the third watch.
All right. I'll wake up Callahan. And then go to sleep.
Callahan is very, very groggy. He did not like being woken up to the smell of the outdoors.
And the heavy, heavy rain.
Get used to
But
it.
he sees it all, baby.
Yeah, no.
28 perception. I'm not missing anything.
Callahan might hate the forest, but he is one with the forest.
You
Callahan.
Everything.
Everything.
Proper like Daredevil. You know how he can just like echolocation everything.
Yep.
He's like, yeah, I see it all.
Actually, you hear Alan snoring. You hear Damir snoring. You hear Kyoho snoring. You hear Emerus snoring. You hear a rat,
Ant
a
snoring.
squirrel, like 100 feet away snoring. Um, you hear everything snoring. You're you have a keen eye. You see everything, and you actually spot something as it is quite late. You notice some movement, but with your keen hearing, you identify it as a small creature that is running towards camp, and suddenly you hear, and you hear this small animal cry out, as apparently it triggered Kyoho's trap.
Can I cast light on, like, I don't know, like I'm gonna presume I have like something to put over what I'm wearing.
Yes.
Yeah, and then maybe like the buckle of that, and I just kind of pull up my hood. Can I kind of can I approach the creature?
Yes, of course. You can. You reach it, and you do see it is a rather fat rabbit that is currently struggling while one leg is hooked and just dangling on a tree.
Oh God, man, you really have to describe that, didn't you?
Yep.
All right. Can I try and get rid of the trap? Like, kind of not destroy it, but kind of like undo it and reassert it, kind of free it.
No, yeah.
Or should I or animal handling to calm it down to kind of show that I'm gonna.
If you want to calm it down first, yeah, roll an animal handling.
Come on.
Okay.
Oh.
You try to calm it down, and immediately it bites into your finger, and you take 1 point of damage.
Oof, but fair. That's fair. In that case, I'd like to just kind of undo the trap, just to let it go.
Okay. Roll a sleight of hand to see if you can undo it well enough. Okay. Kyoho, what was the DC?
A DC 13 strength check.
Okay. I'm gonna use that same 13 as you.
Yeah, I'm happy to play. Yeah.
Callahan, you cannot actually. You actually, as you try to undo the loop, you actually see it starting to bite into the leg, and you actually see some blood. The creature is just struggling.
How sturdy does this thing look?
Well, it looks like you can easily cut it, easily enough. You can also pull it down with enough strength.
If I don't have any knives whatsoever. Surprisingly enough, I carry like no knives, just a crowbar.
You can pull it down if if you have enough strength for it.
If I were to summon a certain magical baseball bat, does it look like the sort of thing that I could kind of like whack and break?
I suppose.
Good old smack.
I suppose the branch that it is hooked around of, like looped
you
around.
can also probably use the crowbar to help you get open it, because the crowbar gives you advantage on strength checks.
Oh my god!
So you have advantage to pop it open.
Oh my goodness! Can I do that round? Is that okay? Can
Sure.
I have advantage on strength?
Sure.
Alrighty, I'm gonna use my trusty crowbar. Let me just equip it on roll 20. Hello.
You right click to equip it onto your character, and then right click the trap. There we go.
Oh god.
All right.
Oh god, I'm so
Nice.
sorry, Rabbit. Oh shit, can I summon the bat? Can I use cure wounds on it and then attack it with the baseball bat? Like attack the trap?
No, actually, this is what happens. You try to there's the pressure plate and all the mechanism where the string is, where the wire is coming from, and you try to use that to gently, not to destroy the trap, make sure it is undone and releases the rabbit. Apparently, you used way too much strength and you just break the trap apart completely. It just gets destroyed completely as the metal screams as it breaks and the rabbit falls. And when it falls, it lands on its head, and you hear this.
Spare the dying. Cantrip, 30 feet of range. You know it, baby. Bonus action. Bonus action, and then I'll cast Cure Wounds. I'm leaving all my spell slots tonight. Let's go.
All right, so you spare the dying on the rabbit, and you cast Cure Wounds as it snaps back awake, and it just starts running away as fast as it can.
Does that Cure Wounds like go off, or?
Yeah. It just
Okay, yeah.
even if you roll the 1, you'd fully heal the rabbit.
Perfect. That's totally fine. So Callahan just kind of like doesn't kneel down, but squats and just puts his hand on his head, and he's like, oh, like proper like if anyone's ever seen The Office, where like Kevin Malone is crying after he spilled all of his chili on the ground. He has that sort of noise, and that's what I'm doing.
All right. You
What
look
happens-
at the
What
broken.
other horrors happen for the rest of my watch?
All right. So thankfully, even with your moaning, your ears are still keen enough to keep up the rest of the watch. And the last one, as you go back to bed, Damir, you wake up and
Was everything all right, Callahan? Everything go well?
Yeah, it was great. It was fine. Okay, just do your watch. And I'll just curl up.
yeah.
Very well then.
All right.
Go up to what?
Roll that watch then. As with everyone else during this watch, you keep a sharp eye, and you do notice one thing: the trap that Kyoho set seems to be broken on the floor.
It's quite interesting. And I start taking notes about it.
But nothing else happens, and the morning finally arrives. As you all, the rest of you wake up, but the storm still continues. And as you get up, Yoho, you go to check the trap. It has been completely destroyed.
Eskioho, so you see, when I started my watch, I observed that this trap was broken, and Callahan assured me that nothing happened during his watch, so I think something must have happened to it at the precise moment that we were exchanging hands on the watch, within those fractions of a second, though I'm not quite sure. I mean, perhaps Callahan might have seen something himself, but like I said, he said that nothing had particularly happened, and I have no reason to disbelieve him, so I'm not exactly sure what happened to it.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm going to go ask Callahan about it, see if there's anything he didn't think was important, but might be worth mentioning if I bring up the trap being broken.
Accusatory Kyoho.
Hey, Kyoho, how are you doing today? Did you do something new with your hair?
No.
Your fringe is killer, girl. And I was just up like a peace sign or something.
So, Demir informs me that he noticed that my hunting trap had been broken overnight, and you said that nothing of note happened, but I at least wanted to check. I don't think anything happened to it during my watch.
That hunting trap over there, and can I like rush over and cast mending on it?
You go to it, And let's see, what's the size of mending? Like the range that it can fix?
It's
I think
Just
it's 1 foot.
five.
Is it 1 foot?
Yeah, sorry, yeah, it's 1 foot. Yeah.
Yeah, the trap is bigger than that. The pressure plate alone is bigger than 1 foot.
Can I can I still cast mending and mend as much as I can, even though I know it's not going to do the whole job?
Okay, you try it, and you see parts of it start to get fixed, but not all of it, unfortunately.
What are you doing?
I just look over to Kyoho and go, man, I'm look, Kyoho, you know, you're great. I know you know your stuff. I know that I know that you know your things and that we're both in the know, you know. But clearly this trap was a trap from the beginning. I mean, look at the craftsmanship. Poor Kyoho. How's about this? When we get back into town and I pick up the parts of the trap and I just try and shimmy by me, he's like, I'll get you a new trap. It's cool. Yeah, you definitely you can't trust these trapper guys, you know?
Do we even need to roll insight on that?
No. I
Tell
mean,
me
Well,
what
bye. Just rushed. Just pack it all away.
Tell me what happened.
All right. But we got to do it away from the others.
Fine.
I can't let Emrys hear about this.
Emrys is just blissfully unaware.
yeah, you just hear Alan go, "Right, lads, let's go!"
Be right there, A Train. I take you
Oh,
outside.
fuck.
All right. So last night I watched something did happen, and something that I'm gonna have to live with the rest of my life. Last night, your trap caught something that shouldn't have been here. You know, didn't think it was gonna happen, but it did.
What did it catch?
It caught. Callum just tries to fight back the tears. You know, he puts a fist to his mouth. He's like, "Oh God." He takes a breath. He makes a little praying gesture to Maul. And he's like, "You caught a rabbit, man."
All right.
And it
Why is there no longer a rabbit in the trap? And why is the trap broken?
cutest fucking rabbit you've ever seen. This thing had big old eyes and big floppy ears. Oh God. Thinking about it brings me back to my times as a boy, you know?
No.
You would have had to been there.
And I was not.
And it looked up at me, and I swear, it said, through its eyes, you know, obviously I don't speak rabbit, it said, "Don't kill me, Callahan." And I couldn't say no. Who could say no? Anyway, so I fucked up your trap and let it. Okay, no one, yeah. That's the others, okay?
I assumed that's where the story was going by this time. Yes.
All right, well, you know, stay fresh. All right, later. Then I join the others.
By the way, remember, this conversation was happening while pouring rain. Very dramatic. Like, the whole storm around you guys.
But like the Callahan's recap flashback.
If it wasn't for the fact that Callahan's so perceptive, he might have mistaken the rain for tears coming down Kyoko's face.
Yes, it's raining
But no,
today.
those absolutely were not tears. Or if they were tears, they were, "Oh, we don't get to eat rabbit today."
Yes. Yes.
My poor trap.
There is a problem as both of you return. Emrys and Damir, you've already heard Alan complain about this. All the fucking wheels are stuck now. It seems like the spot you picked, Kyoho, was not actually a good spot, and the wagon, all of the wheels are stuck in mud now.
In my defense, I'm not used to finding camping spots for wagons.
Sure, of course.
All right, I'll try and help get it out.
God damn it, RP.
I'll help as well.
Okay. All right. So if both of you are helping, you can either choose to one of you rolls with advantage, or both of you roll strength.
Emrys is once again using a
Uh-huh.
mage hand and exerting themselves.
Yeah.
What is your strength bonus, by the way, Demir?
Mine is 0.
Mine is
if you
also
want to be
0.
technical, I would probably just give you
Strongest
advantage
combos.
because then you could technically also do
Mm-hmm.
your point if you really wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All
I'm
right.
gonna roll strength at advantage, okay?
Okay. Cool.
Oh boy,
Uh,
cool. I rolled a 7.
Kyoho, you start to push as you and Damir, along with Alan, try your best, and suddenly your foot slides on the mud, and you just fall face first into the mud. Kyoho, just get completely covered, caked in mud, and that thing did not move.
Right,
Demir, perhaps you could utilize
yes,
your.
I'll try again and see. And once again, I'm going to cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp.
Okay,
And
you start to cast it as Kyoho. Kyoho just gets up, completely dripping this thick mud from her
I'm
entire
gonna
front.
go try to clean this mud off of me.
Yes, you have mud in places where mud shouldn't be. Um, you just had to have that big cleavage. Anyway,
Yep.
um, right. Roll that intelligence roll as you cast Earthen Grasp. Okay. As you form another hand of mud, dirt, and rocks, this time you just barely, yes, you need a commission. This time you just barely managed to push the cart off the mud.
Demir is like trying to look like Emrys does when casting spells, and like doing a whole like has both fingers on his like temples and it's like super focusing and
yeah.
Demir, I see you're taking some tips from my spellcasting method.
yes,
I'm sure you'll find
anything
it
that can
very
help.
powerful.
I've been taking diligent notes.
All right, good enough. Let's keep going before all of the road starts getting muddy like this and we get stuck again.
Yes.
Excellent idea.
And he jumps into driver's seat. Are you keeping the same positions of who is sitting and who is walking?
Does anyone else want to, have a ride? Or
I'll take the ride.
Demir is fine trudging along.
Okay.
I gotta clean everything.
Yeah.
Don't distract the driver.
No.
Quite distracting, yes. Between Emerus and Callahan, I assume then you
Do either of our spellcasters happen to have prestidigitation?
yes,
Because that can be used to clean things very quickly.
Yeah.
yes.
Maybe Emrys will. Wait, is Demir riding in the front? Did you say?
No, Demir is walking.
Okay.
No, I'm walking.
Emrys will ride in the front then, and just kind of like lean back and just kind of like prestidigitation dirt off of Kyoho's robes, like at intervals.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you end up cleaning Kyoho as best you can. with your spell, and at least the mud seems to disappear. Um, you just every time you cast it, you just see pieces of mud just get flung out of the wagon. Um, but yes,
Yes.
everything seems to be going well enough. Now, you have 8 hours of travel. Are you keeping the same watch as the night watch? Are you
Sure.
using other watches?
I'm down for
That
that.
order that order works.
Yeah,
I can
that
do the
works.
same order.
Okay, so
Think simple.
first watch then.
That's me, right?
It was you indeed.
Okay. Not bad.
Not bad indeed. You keep an eye out. You are going through wooden areas. It's decently eerie because you don't see any people. Most people decide to not travel during storms.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But we're
you
not like most people.
yes,
Is
you're
it a
not.
proper storm
Of
now?
course.
Is it?
What?
Is it a proper like storm, or is it just like
Oh yeah,
muggy
it's
weather?
strong winds and heavy rain. Yeah. Um,
Should I send out a prayer to Mal just to tell him to knock it off?
of course you can. You're acting like Maul is like the god of everything. Ah yes, the god
Oh,
of justice also controls storms.
Seems legit.
He will bring justice by manipulating the weather to not rain down upon his most trustworthy and
Uh-huh.
loyal advisor. And
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
certainly he's most preachy anyway.
All right, so you give a prayer and then you don't hear anything, and then a lightning bolt strikes not too far from your location.
Good word. Good news, boys. This is a sign from God. Turns out we have to survive shitty weather for some reason. Hey ho!
Cool. You continue on. After those 2 hours, the next watch, please. That would be Kyoho, I believe.
Yep.
All right. As you are keeping watch, you are on the back where Emerus was, and you're trying to keep a good lookout. But the rain is making it harder to keep a good watch on things. And
Also, the distraction of Emma is like prestidigitationing.
no, that already
Is it
happened.
more fun?
That was 2 hours ago, so it was good enough.
Emma's
Um,
is still offering though. Sure you don't have any, extra bits of dirt just lying around?
Mm. It's hard to tell sometimes.
But as you're having this conversation, you don't really notice anything. But
Well, no, that doesn't mean that there's not anything to notice.
yes, Callahan, you do see up ahead. You and Damir. Actually, no, Callahan, you see up ahead because of your perception. Damir,
Super perception, yeah.
It's not
yes,
even my watch and I'm taking up the slack. Let's go.
yeah, it's because of your passive perception. You keep a watch on the road, and you do see it starts to split into two different directions. Uh, as this, you do know that one of them. Actually, no, you do see there's a sign saying the different directions. You don't really see which is Faywave, but as you see this, you hear a crack coming from the side, and you also hear whistling. Lots of whistling. And before you can say anything, arrows start to rain down upon you guys. Now, Callahan, because of your natural ungodly passive perception. You are not surprised, but the rest of you are, as arrows start firing down upon you.
What the?
And I want everyone to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
God, I forgot to.
Had to be when we rolled low.
Forgot to choose my tracker.
Yeah, I forgot to choose my tracker too, so.
I'm not sure my token was clicked.
Yeah. I'll put it here.
Do you want to change mine back down to 9 then, or?
I think you can just like click the number and.
Yeah, you can click the number. You can do it. There you go. Dope.
Yeah, I need to change mine.
Why do our enemies always roll high on initiative?
No, they haven't rolled yet. That was the previous combat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was sketch, actually.
We say that, but they're gonna roll even higher.
Yeah. Okay. It's not... Actually, Kyoho, what was your roll? It was 20, yes. There we go.
Yeah. 18 plus 2.
Well, it wasn't really super high, but it was still higher than
It's higher than
everyone else.
everybody but me.
So it begins. Okay,
Yep.
so need combat music.
Dun 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 dun. All right.
Okay, that works. All right, so
Are these guys up in the trees?
yep. You just don't know that yet, as they all use their... Well, Kyoho, your surprise round is done, so you are... you don't really do anything, but they... you're no longer surprised, as you see on their turn, as they all start firing arrows. So... It's gonna be a lot of arrows. Oh. Let me just move the map so you can see on stream. Everyone sees everyone. There we go. Cool. So battle begins and they start firing. So this is going to be... This guy is going to fire at Alan. This guy is going to fire at Emerus. This guy is going to fire at Callahan. This guy is going to fire at Kyoho. This guy is going to fire at Kyoho as well. These two are going to fire at Damir. So, let's start with Alan.
Don't get shocked, guys. I got rid of the majority of my healing stuff because I thought it'd be more traveling.
Right, so you just see Alan looks to the side and goes, "What the?" And 2 arrows just get stuck into his body. Emerus, you look to the side as he coughs up blood on you. He has 2 arrows, one on his side, one on his gut, as he's starting to essentially die.
Callahan!
In the meantime, you get shot as well, Emerus.
Oh boy.
One of them hits.
Youch.
You take 3 points of damage. You roll really low. One for Callahan, who is not surprised. Callahan, what's your AC right now?
It should be 18.
18. None of them hit. You raise your shield up at the last moment, and the one of the arrows hits the ground, and the other one hits the shield, as you did notice that something was up. Good job.
Nice.
Now for 4 arrows towards Kyoho.
4 towards me. Wow.
So, Kyoho, one of them hits from the first guy. You take 7 points of damage.
No.
No, I refuse.
Deflect missiles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep. So you catch the arrow as it flies toward. One of them hits the wagon. The other one, you just see it coming right at your face, and you just catch it in midair.
Yep.
Your AC is 15, correct?
Yes.
And the other ones, you also just lift up your sword and you block it with the hilt of the sword. One arrow hits the hilt, and the other arrow also hits the wagon. All
Alright.
of them apparently missing you.
Yeah.
Now for 4 attacks against Damir.
Oh, no, you didn't.
And I can't use my reaction. Woo.
Okay, so the first guy hits twice. One of them is a natural 20.
Tank wizard gets tested.
Tank wizard, tank wizard, tank wizard.
So the first arrow deals 4 damage. The second arrow deals 9 damage.
So 9. Okay, so
What's your AC right now?
it should be. I haven't casted anything yet, so it should just be 13.
13.
I think.
What's
Yeah.
your dexterity?
It's 16.
Oh yeah, you're a very dexterous Oni. I forgot that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but either way, the other one also hits with both arrows. You take 9 damage from one arrow and 5 damage from the other arrow.
Oof.
Nice.
Yeah. So you just get, because you're out in the open, you suddenly just get pelted with these arrows. And yeah, no, that's all of them. Cool. You hear now, all of you start hearing this whistling from all around. As Callahan, you do hear Amaris shout towards you.
Callahan!
Is Alan like spare the dying down, or is he just kind of like I'm low?
You'd have to check. He is
Alright, I'm
slumped
forward.
on his seat. So
Can I see from here?
but for that you actually need a medicine check. So that is an action.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm casting Spare the Dying as a bonus action.
Okay. So
Just throwing that. So if he is on his way down, zoom. He's feeling. He's not gagging as much.
okay. You cast Spare the Dying on him. He keeps being slumped on his seat, but you don't know if he's dead or alive. He still has the arrows like sticking out of him though, but it is what it is. That is your action. Anything you wish to do as a bonus action?
That's my bonus action, actually.
Oh yeah, because you're the Brave
Man,
Cleric. Yeah, nice.
Can I see the guys who shot me from the trees?
You can see that they are all around you in trees. You can't really tell they're more than their like silhouettes and whatnot, but you know there's guys on trees.
Okay. In that case, could I cast Guiding Bolt on the guy closest to me, so just here, and then just call it Emrys to fire at them?
Okay. Roll an attack. They do have some cover because of the trees. They are in ambush position. You fire that guiding bolt, but unfortunately, it just hits a bunch of branches along the way, and the branches start to glow for a moment, but then they fade.
Could I use my hero point for this?
Of course
Or
you
is it
can.
Too late after you've called it. Okay, cool.
Okay, so it does hit some branches, but it breaks through the branches and hits the guy. So roll damage.
Hey.
Eee. All right, so you hit the guy with considerable damage as he cries out in pain, and he has to do an acrobatics check to see if he actually stays up there. He does, barely holding on as he's like glowing his. That's a pretty good turn.
That's the end of my turn, yeah.
Damir, you just got pelted with 4 arrows.
You're probably gonna want to cast some mage armor right there, right?
I'm not surprised anymore, but that's my turn, right?
No,
Or is it?
no. You were surprised. Oh no, yes, that's your turn because they're still in the surprise round. I forgot about that. Callahan was just
Yep.
the one that wasn't surprised. Amaris, you're also no longer surprised. Kyoho,
I went before them, so I'm no longer surprised.
yes, of course.
All right. I'm holding this arrow.
Yes, you are.
Which one hit me? That one or that one?
This one.
That one? All right, I'm going to pull out my bow and shoot the arrow he shot at me back at him.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I'm going to use Kinsei's shot beforehand because it's the thing that affects my other attacks.
Okay.
So if I hit, I do more damage.
Okay.
All right. Longbow.
That is
I assume
definitely
I
a
hit. So I get an extra d4.
Nice.
Let me actually roll the damage for the bow.
That's helpful, yes. All right, so you caught the arrow, block the other one, immediately put down the sword, take out the longbow using the same arrow. As you notice, these arrows are not metal tipped; they are very sharp stoned, and you fire the arrow as you hit the guy, and he actually has to do a acrobatics to see if he falls. He holds on pretty well. As you do, you know you hit him, as he groans in pain as well, but does not fall.
All right, that's my turn.
Okay, it is their turn though, and quite angry at the development. They are going to somewhat switch targets, as this one, and this one all aim at Callahan because of the magic casting, while the two down bottom also aim at Kyoho still. And these two keep aiming at Damir.
Bring it.
The big Oni. The big threat. Alright, so first 3 at Callahan. Yes, Damir?
Oh no, go on.
Callahan, you get hit once from 6 arrows. Your armor and shield, you just block 6 arrows, but one of them. No, sorry. You block 5 arrows, but one of them pierces through your defenses, and it hits your hip, dealing 9 damage.
Oh dear. That is not good.
Yes. The other two firing at Kyoho angrily because you hit one of them.
Yep.
Oh my! 3 arrows are going to hit you.
Okay.
First one deals 6 damage. Are you going to use your reaction?
Sure.
Okay.
That
So
one's
it deals no damage, while the other two, each of them deals 6 damage. So you take a total of 12 damage. Yeah.
Ow.
So each arrow grazes your sides. One of them hits near your ribs, the other one hits near your shoulder. Not full hits, but enough to cause some damage. And finally, 2 shots at Damir.
2 or 4?
4 shots, yes. Thank you. All right, of the 4, 3 arrows are going to hit you.
I'm going to use my reaction and cast Shield to boost my AC by 5.
2, 17? No, 18.
Yeah, it's 18.
18, so only 2 of them hit you.
Gosh, shit.
Yeah, sorry. You take 8 damage from one and 3 damage from the other one.
Tank wizard.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. So you just get pelted and you just stumble back. I'm actually gonna say you stumble back and hit the wagon as all of these arrows are actually sticking out of you. You're not having a good time. Callahan, it is your turn.
I would like to cast Toll the Dead on the guy who's still being affected by Guiding Bolt. That's okay.
That is totally fine. He has a wisdom saving throw, which he succeeds.
Oh dear.
So
In that case,
there's
how
this
far
loud
would-
ringing, but the guy seems to shrug off the effects.
Alrighty, boys, time to say hello to my little friend. I'd like to cast like
Ooh,
spiritual
okay.
weapon on him.
Okay, let me get the baseball bat.
Yeah.
There we go.
And
Gotta get use out of that token before we party wipe.
All right, so suddenly this ethereal baseball bat with nails on it just form in front of the guy, like truly Mal's weapon of choice. You do get an attack, yeah. Unfortunately, that misses. The guy
and then
dodges the
can
attack.
I use my Guiding Bolt thing as well on him? I don't think anyone else hit him.
Oh, yeah, you get an advantage.
Yeah, because I thought it worked with Toll the Dead, then I forgot that it's a Wisdom saving throw.
Nope, but you do gain advantage. That is a hit.
Yeah.
So the swing misses, but then it comes around and hits him, cracks him right in the head.
Okay. Does he get knocked out of the tree at all, or is he?
Well, first of all, you deal damage.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! The most important part.
Yeah.
Let's go.
1d8 plus spellcasting modifier.
You can't hold on to the tree anymore if he's unconscious.
Yeah. All right. You crack him.
I'm gonna take a 9.
Okay. You crack him in the head, and even the nails just get stuck into his head as he just starts to. The bat actually pulls out, and you see part of his scalp come out as the guy just falls down the tree, breaking several bones on the way down, and clearly not moving anymore.
Yeah. I fucking go. Yeah.
Yeah. Damir. My wounded Oni. What are you doing?
So as I'm coughing up blood, just like profusely, it's like dripping all the way down, like
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna mutter out words like "Why you?" and then I'm gonna cast. There's no point in trying to protect me further. I'm gonna cast Shatter on, I think this spot right here, since it's a
Okay,
10-foot
so hit
radius
both of them.
sphere. Yeah, so I'm gonna cast it right there.
Constitution saving throw. What's the DC?
It's a DC of 13.
Okay, both of them pass. Sorry.
Well, it still do half damage at least on.
Okay. So that's
failed save.
4 damage to each of them. As you dealt there's this explosion, this thunderous explosion, like the lightning cracking in the distance, but focused on them. The trees shake, and actually both of them have to. God damn it! They have incredible acrobatics. What the hell? But they don't fall, and they seem intent on continuing this battle.
All right, and then yeah, I guess I
I'm
can't
sorry,
use
my
like
heal only heals me.
with my movement. I can't like hide underneath the wagon or anything, can I?
You can. Well, you're kind of big, but I'm gonna say you can fit best you can under there.
Yeah, I would do that.
Okay, you gain some cover. Emrys.
Okay.
Please save us with your awesome powers.
Can I? I mean, can I see any of them? The only one that was illuminated by guiding bolt is dead.
Yeah, you get the general idea where they are, but it's basically they have a lot of cover in this situation because
Okay.
there's the heavy curtain of rain and there's the cover from the trees, so you do get the general idea of where they are, but it's going to be hard to hit them with anything.
Okay. Um. Emrys is going to just kind of at least knows, the trees they're in from seeing the like arrows.
Mm-hmm.
So Emrys actually scratch that. Emrys is just gonna kind of like touch the gem on their forehead, and the kind of purple energy from it just kind of coalesces all over their body as they cast mage armor.
Okay, so this shimmering energy appears around you, protecting you. Then it starts to fade away from sight, but you still feel it around you. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yo ho ho ho.
Well, I've got another arrow in my hand. Activating Kensei's shot because it has to be done beforehand.
Mhm.
Longbow attack. Inspiration point.
Yeah. Okay. That is a hit.
Firing at the same guy. It's a hit.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, even with that roll, the guy, you hear him fall, and you just see the
Okay.
body crumble down as it hits the floor.
that halves the amount of arrows coming directly towards me right now, which means that I can
Indeed.
start focusing on knocking down more guys.
Indeed. It is their turn, though. And let's see. Alright, so this guy is going to attack Kyoho. This guy is still going to attack Callahan. This guy is still going to attack Callahan. And this guy is going to... doesn't have great sight on Damir now, so he's going to switch targets to Amaris, who is... because Callahan is behind a horse, so it's going to switch targets to Amaris. And this guy is going to try to hit Damir still.
Yeah.
Alright, so first...
Let's, he's got a side of the carriage, so he can't see me too well. And that guy's like down already, so you're his
Yeah.
only real valid target.
Yeah. Alright, so first Kyoho. Kyoho, as they fire, none of the arrows seem to hit. He fires 2 arrows and they all either miss you by just an inch or just hit the wagon.
Alright.
Now for let's go with Damir. Damir, your AC is still 13, and this guy is going to hit with one of the arrows.
I'm going to use my reaction. I'm going to cast Shield
Okay,
for an
you
extra 5.
form a shield that actually goes from the bottom of the carriage to the ground, and just all the arrows just bing, bing, just bounce off it harmlessly. Two shots against Emrys. A natural one, but the second one is a hit.
My AC is high. Well, my AC is 14 at the moment. Because
Yes. It was I'll actually tell you, it was a 19 to hit.
Yes, that I believe that hit.
And you take 10 points of damage as this arrow hits you square in the chest, the right side of the chest. Yes. And finally,
Smashes through the protective ward Emrys has up.
yes, it does. And Callahan, you look back and you see Emrys get hit with one arrow, just smashes into their chest, and at the same time, you get hit by 2 arrows, Callahan. There you go.
I don't like that. I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, Callahan, you take 10 points of damage from one of them, and 4 points of damage from the other arrow.
The first one's 10, second one's 4, is it?
Yes.
Side note, by the way, since I forgot my Abjuration Ward, Arcane Ward, it regenerates some hit points when I cast an Abjuration spell, which includes Shield.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have, basically, the previous round, I would have regenerated 2 Arcane Ward hit points, which would have been taken instead of my HP. So I'm at 5 HP now instead of 3. And then just now casting it would have boosted it back from 0 to 2.
Okay. Can retroactively give you those points. Okay, so I believe that's all of you. Yes. So Callahan, you saw Emrys get hit. You got hit yourself. What do you do?
Would I notice that Demir is underneath the oak?
I'm gonna say with your passive perception, you saw some movement under the wagon.
I feel it in the ground. Is there enough time to like whisper or hiss like words at the people around me, or
You can talk. What do you want to say?
As long as you don't abuse it, talking's a free action.
should we sue Renter? I'm gonna hit step behind us because I know your boy is like KO'd at the moment. So
Right. So you say that, and what do you do?
First things first, I'd like to move my magical bat towards this guy.
Okay. So
Oh no, it only gets as far as like it is like so close. Yet
Yeah,
so
yeah.
far. Is this close enough to hit? Or is this-
yes, it is.
Oh, sick.
Should we surrender? Whack.
You know, like we gotta be busy about it.
No, I know.
Yeah, I'd like to
Yep.
use my bonus.
It
Can I
is
see
your
him?
bonus action, yes.
Can I see this guy? Yeah.
You see him, but it is he still has some cover, so basically his AC improves a little bit.
Oh, as long as I see him, buddy. I would. I would then like to use Channel Divinity, Path to the Grave.
Ooh. Okay, so he gains vulnerability to the next attack.
Oh shit, I didn't finish reading it. Yeah, that's what it does. That'll give me advantage. Dicks.
Nope.
Okay, I just attack. Yeah, damage.
But do you still cast it? The
Yeah, of
Channel
course,
Divinity? Okay. So roll an attack.
I'm not in a position to muck around with that.
The bat just
Sick.
whips completely. All right.
Can I kind of just even like hold my hands a little to kind of be like, oh, don't know where this is gonna go.
Well, you can definitely do that, but now it is Damir's turn.
Alright. I'm just gonna basically do what I did before, so I'm gonna cast Shatter at that same spot as before.
Okay. Cool. They gain... Ooh, one fails, one passes. So this guy fails, this guy passes. So that's 8 damage. And 4 damage for this one, and they both get the saving throws to see if they fall. Cool. So the one that failed actually passes. The one that passed the saving throw actually falls. He doesn't. The branch he's on breaks and he falls down. And
He adjusted the force to the tree and it broke. So it
yeah.
hurt the tree more than him.
He does take 4 points of damage. Oh!
Oh man!
Oh my god!
We got a raid!
Oh my god,
raid!
Yisa!
Woo!
Holy
That means
shit!
you're gonna start rolling better, right?
That would be nice.
Holy
That would be
crap,
nice.
31.
Oh god. All right. So give me a moment. Hi, Yisa. Don't mind you. Nothing. It's hi. Thank you for the raid. Thank you so much for the raid, and Ryan, Rohulak, thank you so much for the follows. God, thank you, Isa. Shuran, hi, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome to our D&D stream, where this is currently the Misfits, the Telia Misfits campaign, where these wonderful gentlemen are on their way to possibly dying. We don't know yet because they're fighting elves. They are attacking them. Yes. But welcome. I hope you're playing Knights of the Old Republic, right, Isa? I hope it went well.
Ooh, some KOTOR, nice.
Yes.
Also, technically D&D if you squint.
Yeah.
Wait, just enough.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it. All right, so everyone, please enjoy the possibly not party wipe. Yes, dirty knife years, committing injustices. All right, so this guy fell and he took damage. He looks pretty hurt, but now you do see the guy on the floor, and Emrys, it is your turn. Definitely not a party wipe, yes.
Okay. Emrys is going to. So Emrys kind of looks over towards the two elves, just kind of to the right, which Emrys is at least aware of the presence of, even if they can't really see them, and touches the gem on their forehead, draws it away. There's like a trail of kind of energy that follows it, and I call upon powers from beyond the void. Darkness claws at the back of the subconscious. Draw these elves into a deep sleep. As Emrys kind of points, and this kind of thin beam of energy shoots at a point kind of basically in between them. As Emrys is not casting sleep, Emrys is actually casting Let me get up, sorry, because I just forgot what I was casting. Emrys is casting Calm Emotions.
Okay. Okay.
So 20-foot radius around a point I choose. I'm choosing a point between the two elves, so I get them both. So they must make a Charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw. Do they gain advantage because they're currently fighting you or not? Does it say?
I
Let's see.
no.
It's a 20-foot radius. Is that it?
20-foot radius, yeah.
Oh, where are you casting it?
Yeah, I can
if
make
you
a
cast
target
from there, you
different
could get
creatures of
3
your
of
choice.
them.
It's hostile towards is in different center. Yeah, it doesn't gain advantage if it's fighting me.
Okay. Okay.
That's charm person.
That's a radius. In
They-
case anyone knows,
They
where-
both. They
One second. Oh, actually, never mind. Can keep going. What you're saying?
okay. They both roll 17s. I am so sorry.
Can I choose to use a meta magic, or should I have done that first?
You should have done. You should have
That
done
was
that
what I
first.
was saying.
Oh, but say it then. What meta magic was it?
And never mind. I was too late.
All right. That is your turn then. Kyoho.
Uh-huh.
Oh, do you wish to
Okay.
do anything else, Emrys?
I can't do anything else.
Okay. Kyoho, master of the boat.
All right, I'm gonna step out and move over here.
Okay. You jump out of the carriage, land. The mud jumps out at you as this is still raining heavily.
Yep. And I'm gonna take one of my own arrows and fire at this guy.
Okay.
All
Roll
right.
to hit.
Can say shot.
It's just enough to hit. 11 damage. He gets pelted, and he actually has to do with the saving throw to fall, to see if he falls. He does not fall, but he looks very hurt.
Very close. All right.
Okay. Yeah, that's all you do. So
Yep.
at this point, you all start hearing loud whistling. As you get the impression they are communicating with each other through the whistling. And you start seeing movement as the ones that are up on trees, they jump down. Let's see. One of them takes damage. he
Is
he
it one
fell
that's
in-
already hurt and might
Very
die
good.
from it?
No, actually, it's this one. He actually comes here. Takes 1 point of damage from the fall. Not a lot. But the other ones, they jump, and the wounded ones you see start dashing away. Actually, they move here as they start trying to move away.
They decided that we were more trouble than we were worth, it seems.
Yep. However, the ones that aren't wounded, he actually moves here. The ones that aren't wounded are covering for the other ones and still firing arrows. So this one is going to fire one arrow at Callahan first. Oof!
Oh my
That
God.
is a hit.
Oh no.
Callahan, you take 4 points of damage.
Oh dear.
And then he fires another one. And that is also a hit.
Oh no, Callahan.
Callahan, you take 7 points of damage.
Do you mean a different Callahan, yeah?
Yeah.
So,
The
Emerus,
one and only Callahan.
Emerus, you do see Callahan. He's looking around, and suddenly the 2 arrows hit him under the shield, and he crumbles to the floor. Currently
Callahan.
dying.
Jesus,
This.
I'm not the cleric. That'd be awful.
Yes. If only you were if only you had. No. You actually have another cleric somewhere in another part of the map. However, Emerus, you don't get a lot of time to react because you get fired by 2 arrows as well. I'm so sorry.
Did you crit?
Yeah.
What's-
One of them
what's worse?
crits and the other one hits.
Ugh.
First was that to go around and spare the dying, the two that we knocked out.
Okay. So Emerus,
Um,
you take 8 points
can
of damage.
Can I
Can you? But can you though?
can I shield against the one that's not a crit?
You got shield. If you got shield, you can use shield, and it's
I have shield.
it affects all of the attacks.
Yeah, it won't matter with the crit.
It won't matter with a crit, no. And the second, the one that hits, actually with the shield blocks. So basically, what happens was
Oh yeah.
you raise your hands, the shield forms in front of you, blocks one of the arrows, but the other one pierces right through the shield and hits you in the side, dealing a total of 8 points of damage.
Oof.
So you just see Callahan fall, look to the side, create the shield, and get just pinned against the seat where you are. It definitely hurt. Callahan, it is your turn, and you're gonna have to roll for dying.
That's my favorite one.
Yes.
All right.
It's D20 roll.
Let me get the old house rules up if that's okay.
It's just a normal D20 roll. It's a DC of 11 right now. Don't roll a 1. It's simple as that. Okay, you fail, so you are still dying. Your DC jumps up to 12 for next turn. Damir, since you're under the carriage, the wagon, you didn't actually see a lot of them running away, but you do look to the side and you see Callahan just face plant against the mud.
I was gonna, I'm gonna get out, presumably the same side I came under, because that'd be easier.
Yeah.
And then let's see. Yeah, I don't think I can. And I'm guessing getting up because I got purposely prone. That's half
Yeah,
of my
you
movement,
were
so I really
prone.
can't move much. I'm just gonna kind of. Do I have a clear line of sight on this one right here?
From there, yeah, you get a pretty clear line of sight.
All right. In that case, I'm going to go ahead and firebolt,
Okay.
and I have a feeling that's not going to hit.
No, he seems very nimble and he just dodges it.
Alright, I'm just gonna. I guess that'd be. I have about 10 feet moved back. I'm gonna just kind of back up into the tree right here, or
Okay.
like onto the side.
Okay, you can get behind the tree trunk, with being there.
And that'll be it.
Emerus.
Mm-hmm. Um. Okay. I don't have healing potions. Emery is just gonna shout, like, "Does anyone have healing potions for Callahan immediately?"
I don't believe so.
And then
You can still try a medicine check if you want.
I mean, what happens if I roll in natural? I guess I have a hero point. I'm gonna, Emery's is gonna attempt to quickly kind of try and stifle
Stop the bleeding.
yeah.
So you jump out from the wagon. The guy is still like firing arrows, but you get down on top of Callahan and you try to, as best you can, stop the bleeding. So roll a medicine.
As best I can, Emery's.
Just don't roll a 1. Just don't roll a 1.
A literal
Oh,
plus
okay.
like for medicine.
Emery's coming in clutch.
Okay, so you, Callahan, your DC goes back to 11.
Hey!
Yay!
Yeah. Still dying though. But
Oh,
yeah,
I thought I would like stabilize him at least or something.
nope. Kyoho.
All right, I've got a rules question I don't think that we have encountered yet. Can I
Yes.
use my item interaction to swap weapons?
You can basically drop your bow on the ground and draw a weapon.
Can I drop it in the carriage direction so it's not in the mud?
No.
All right, I'll drop.
Drop it on.
I will drop. I'll drop it, and then I'm gonna run over here
Oh yeah, because you have
hit-
a lot of movement.
and hit that guy with my sword.
Okay, so you charge at the guy. This big Oni woman, red skin woman, 6'2", was it?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
so-
the shortest you'd let me, but still pretty tall.
This 6'2" Oni woman charges right through the mud at the guy. He doesn't even
Now,
get time to
for
react.
the magic sword that I picked up,
Yeah.
does it always like default to short sword, or can I keep it in a different form as default?
No, you can keep it in a certain form by default.
Then I'll be keeping it my long sword by default because
Yeah,
that's my
yeah.
Kensei weapon.
Yeah,
Alright.
I assume so. So you draw your katana, your kamikiri blade, as you slash him. You do definitely hit.
All right.
Yep. You,
Bonus action, unarmed strike.
all right. And the bonus action and arm strike nearly you knock him to one knee as he falls down. He's bleeding from his gut from the wound, and he is looking at you. And you're the first one to get a very close look at these guys. They are they have long ears. You, as an Oni, you've never seen a human with long ears. And he also has these blue tribal paintings all across his face and body. Yeah.
Weird.
It's very weird
still-
human.
I'm still hitting him with my sword.
Of course, of course. Mommy time. Sorry. Just saw the chat. Sorry. Yeah.
Mom time.
Mommy time. All right. It is their turn. This guy sees Kyoho attacking his compatriot and tries to fire at her. It moves here for a better angle. Tries to fire at her. See if he can. He hits. And deals no damage because of your ability, uncanny ability to catch the blade. As the arrow is getting close to you, you just slash with your sword, and it just deflects the blade, the arrow. It flips in the air and then falls right into your palm.
All right.
It looks very impressed, but also very scared.
Very scared.
Yes, very scared. As
Shit.
the other ones seem to vanish into the woods. This one in front of you is going to use a disengage and move as much as he can.
Okay.
As much as he can, just run away while holding his bleeding gut. While
Yep.
this one is
He
starting.
didn't really need to disengage.
But he
Not that
doesn't
he
know.
knew that because catching that arrow was my reaction.
He doesn't know. You just saw this woman being very awesome and very scary because she nearly cut him in half in one go. And this guy starts to back out. Still arrows ready because he's the one still fit, but he starts to back out. Just a side note, Greyhound. I'm using 5th edition, but I have homebrew rules for dying, which makes it a lot more a lot deadlier, because I like it like that. And I'm a sadist. Anyway,
Great, yeah.
yes,
I love this.
Callahan, you are dying. Roll another one.
Oh god, I really am dying. Oh god.
Oh, no.
I see Mama Callahan in the distance, just the edge of my view.
Okay. Emerus, you are holding down his wounds, trying to staunch the bleeding, but he coughs up more blood, and just see blood covering your hands. He is very not okay. Damir, do you try to do anything?
So question. So I know they're off the screen right now, off to the right, but Firebolt does have a range of 120 feet.
Yeah.
Do I get a good look on any of them, or
There are trees, so it does make it I'd say if you use your full movement. Aside from this guy you see him clearly. The other ones, you're gonna have to run after them because it's you don't get a clear shot. You can still fire, but their AC is going to shoot up exponentially.
okay? In that case, check something. Okay. Super turn order is away. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna move right about here. So I think I can make two.
Sure.
I'm gonna fire.
Because basically you are here and you can move like this, like this, like this, like this.
Okay, and then I'm gonna fire off at this one over here.
Sure, you can totally do that. Unfortunately, you slip on the mud. Yeah, you slip on the mud as you try to cast the spell, and the fireball just goes wild, and just the rain kind of puts it out a few feet away from you.
Blast it!
Yes, using fire during a heavy rainstorm.
Going
well. Emerus.
Emerus is going to continue attempting to resurrect Callahan.
Okay. Roll another medicine.
Love you, Emerus. You're the best. Pocket healer.
Don't die me, Callahan!
This is basically
by
the
the way,
ghost of Callahan saying that.
A big storm is moving in here. So
hero
if I
point?
disappear,
Hero
it's because my
point.
power goes out.
Okay, Seth. Oof. Okay.
Hero point.
You can use a hero point then.
Okay.
Okay.
12.
So you go back to 11, to a DC of 11. So basically, Emerus is you're dying more and more, and Emerus is just slowly keeping you from dying outright. Kyoho.
All right. That dude's running away.
Yep.
That dude's running away.
Callahan needs
Yep.
help.
Callahan needs help.
Yep.
All right.
By the way, I want to point out, if you have a healer's kit, you immediately stabilize them. But without a healer's
don't.
kit, it's not going to.
I
Yeah,
don't
I know.
think
I'm
anyone
just
does.
pointing that out so for future reference.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna come over here.
I have no healer's kit on my body either.
That's perfectly within my move. And then I'm gonna try and help stabilize Callahan.
Roll medicine.
I have some blocks of incense. Is that synonymous with a medic kit?
In some places, maybe not here.
The Book of Mal is synonymous
Yeah,
with
could
the
someone
medic.
just slap Callum's face with the Book of Mal? Just tell him to get over himself.
Yeah. Yeah. Callahan, you're stable. And with
Hey!
that, unless they are basically dashing away. Not worth the trouble since they already lost 2 of them, and they are heavily injured. The rest are heavily injured. So Callahan, Damir, before we end it, do you want to try to fire at one of them, even though they're hard to see?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it the one that ran up to the north. That's like
Okay.
was like kind of on the open roadish.
Okay.
Less trees. I'm gonna do that, just kind of like in a bit of frustration.
Okay. Roll that attack. You fire it, and you can roll a damage. Okay. Okay. I am not joking here.
Rain extinguished a lot of that fire
Yeah.
on the way over.
Also, the guy was at 2 HP. So you can
I
still
just kind of give him a little like burn in the butt to make
yeah,
him
yeah,
run
yeah,
faster.
yeah, yeah. That's totally fair. And with that, the battlefield seems to calm down as the enemies ran away. Callahan is stable,
All right.
and
How much room is there in the back of the carriage?
there's room for one person to lay down.
All right, I'm gonna carry the merchant over there.
Okay, so you take Alan, pick him up,
Alan, yeah.
and carry him to the
Eh.
back of the carriage.
I just
Out of the
noticed,
rain.
Callahan, I like your little portrait flourishes.
About the state of his character at the moment. I wanted to be accurate for our viewers.
It's very accurate.
It's
I'm
gonna
also
be a
going to
bitch
pick
to
up my
clean that up.
longbow and set it outside of the mud.
Okay,
To
okay,
clean off in a bit
all right.
after we get the body settled. Probably
Uh,
get Callahan onto the front of the carriage underneath the covering, just to get them out of the rain.
All right.
Emrys is just like tending to Callahan.
Yeah.
Quite,
Emrys,
quite intently.
you find one thing though, as you're like tending to Callahan, you're pulling out one of the arrows, and when you pull out one of the arrows, you see the small book of Mal actually has an arrow piercing right through it, and if the small book of Mal wasn't there, the arrow would have probably pierced right through his heart.
Saved him.
Emrys just kind of nods and just kind of mouths like praise Mal.
Praise Mal indeed.
Yeehaw, baby! Mini book of Mall Club.
Mini book of Mal!
Yeah! The mini.
Fucking mini book of Mal.
It's going to become an artifact at this point. Yeah, also, Damir, you are covered in arrows. That is true. That is very. Oh my god, the blood. The blood.
Demir's had better days.
Yeah, yeah, the mirror is not. It's not good. Yeah.
Damn Demir.
So, anything you guys do in particular, or just wait until the other ones wake up?
And keep watch until the other ones wake up.
Okay.
They didn't get the horses at all, so once we can get going, we can get going again.
Okay. Okay. You can start moving.
So
Uh,
yeah,
at about an hour later, Callahan, you wake up. You feel sore everywhere. Everything on your person hurts so very much. And Mommy Oni is sitting next to you on the driver's seat.
I instinctively reach for my heart and I look up Kyoho and I say, the mini book. Where is it?
who has the mini book?
I think Emrys.
Oh!
Emrys has it.
I mean, Emrys is presumably like
I then
there.
immediately
Around.
calm down. I'm like, that's okay then.
Emrys, you'd have to follow along on foot, by the way, along with
okay.
with Demir.
You should just hear
Uh,
like
Em-
just
Emrys
Thanks,
is following
Brandon.
on foot, but like towards the front of the cart. To
I figured we'd wait for Alan to wake up before moving again.
Oh, okay. So you're basically
yeah.
but you're
Just keeping
still
watch.
in the rain. You can like hide under a tree to cover yourself.
Do I
but...
look like I have vehicles road?
Okay. The choice between praising Big Mummy Milkers or praising Mini Book of Mal. You clearly don't know Callahan, Greyhound.
There is no choice.
There is no choice. You went into a whorehouse and tried to convert them to Mal.
What do you mean try?
To be fair, who doesn't he
Sexy.
try and convert?
Yes, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Anyway, you wake up. Alan does not seem to wake up. You do know that you guys are sturdy adventurers. You're strong. You wake up fairly quickly from grievous wounds. This man is a middle-aged, rather rotund and out of shape old man. He does not deal well with arrows to
A
his
man
gut.
who has a man who has cancer, may I remind you.
Oh yes, of course, a man who has cancer as well.
Maybe
It's okay,
the
he's been
arrows
stabilized.
pierce the cancer. And screwed it.
Maybe.
That's how it works, right?
Yeah.
Demir isn't very knowledgeable with medicine.
Yes, totally.
Can I? So I'll cast Cure Wounds on myself, like just as sort of. I just kind of like pat my own chest,
Mm-hmm.
just to heal myself.
Yep, you are still covered in your own blood, but
Yeah,
but
I
We
have
can
my-
prestidigitation that later.
yeah. You found out today that even your magical armor has some gaps in it.
I
Yeah.
immediately take note of that. I make mental note just to cast mending. Can I look around and be like, just turn to Kyoho and just ask like, who's the most hurt? I just want to get over with now, so it just out of the way.
Alan.
Yo.
Yes, I believe our charge is probably the worst off right now.
Can I go over to wherever Alan is and cast Cure Wounds with Circle of
Yeah,
Mortality?
he's in the
Mhm.
back, which is a little bit better protected from the weather. Because
Where am I? Am I not in the back with him?
no, you're. I had you on the front of the carriage, which does have
had
cover.
me at the front. Oh my goodness! Flies could have gotten into my wound. Callahan hates the nature. What if the muck got on his shoes? Oh my god. Oh my mal.
Oh my mom! All right.
All right, can I like crawl? Is there a way to crawl into the back and then just?
No, you'd have to go around, but it's easy enough to do that. Your healing, because he's unconscious, is
It's plus 12 hit points.
you just immediately overheal the man and kill him.
Oh no!
No.
I hope he's so healthy now. He has no mortal cancerous sort of wounds.
You heal his arrow wounds, but not, unfortunately, his
But not-
cancer.
He looked like just all around better though.
He wakes up and goes,
Oh no! You accidentally also cured the cancer.
What's going on? What? He's very confused, just looking around, like pulling up his hands as if to fight.
Yo, relax. We're not dead. Or are we? Nah,
What?
just fucking with you. We're still alive.
He looks down at his shirt and sees, like, you see him slowly lift up the shirt and put his finger through one of the holes. What
it's,
happened?
You got shot a few times, man. I've seen it every so often. Usually calling priests to, remember when I was telling you that I do weddings and other sort of events? One of those events is curing wounds such as those.
All right.
Yo, look, if you're willing to give us a few good reviews when we hit Faywave, I'll mend your clothes for you too.
Yes. On Fantasy Yelp, I'll give you a few stars.
Help!
Well, just mending anything I see, just go.
Rand gets 1 hero point for that joke.
Oh, thank you.
No, don't give the DM a hero point. He'll use it to kill us.
Thank you for that.
It's too
It's
late.
okay. The session's only 30 minutes longer, anyways.
All right.
I
He
offer him any like rations or anything. Like, does he look thirsty or anything?
you give him a bit of water that you guys have.
Now that everybody's up and around and we're sort of resting, I'm gonna see if there's anything I can hunt around in the area real quick.
Okay. Okay. Roll a survival roll, please.
SWAT hunting trap.
Okay. You go around and you take the bow and some of the arrows from the guys you killed, and you manage to hit a rabbit, a plump rabbit.
It's a little worse for wear, right?
Yeah, a little bit. It was limping a little bit.
Is there
All
any
right.
way
Well,
to
I'm gonna
retroactively
break out my
captain
cook's
Bane?
utensils and start getting a meal going
Okay.
to help us heal up.
It's gonna be a bit hard to make a fire in this weather.
Yeah.
So
I'll do it underneath a tree
sure.
so that it's
Okay.
cover. So I've got the cover.
Okay. Roll another survival just to make sure you can find. Okay. You
Another
managed
13.
you managed to find just enough stuff, just enough dryish branches, and twigs and whatnot to make a very small fire, and cook up the rabbit. In the meantime, as you're doing that, what is the rest of you doing?
Hang on.
You gonna take a short rest here?
Demir is resting.
Yeah, I
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
I think the rest
partaking
of us
in this
probably
the short rest. Yeah.
Okay, so you can all start getting your short rest in. I'll just turn
Alright.
to you. Take a bit of a breather, and then we can keep going. We'll arrive in town by sunset.
Could I
Alright.
just try and like talk to Alan, see if he's okay?
Since I am cooking and have the chef feat, you can heal an extra D8 if you use any hit points.
There we go.
oh.
You can all use an extra
Extra
D8
I'm smacked up to full health already.
as you eat a wonderful rabbit. Yes, Callahan, a rabbit.
Is that a D8 on every hit dice or just overall?
No, just one.
Just an extra D8
And
if you use
Callahan-
any hit die.
Not eat the rabbit. He just does not feel good about this scenario.
If you don't eat a rabbit, then you don't get the extra D8.
That I'll just take a ration.
Okay. Just everyone's eating this delicious rabbit, and you're just munching down on dry beef jerky. Very
And you
dry.
start remembering my
I'm content. I have a new lease of
Callahan,
life.
you should really, dig in. Kyoho's
Emirates,
prepared this for us.
okay, you need your veg, all right? You're not getting any taller with that sort of attitude, all right?
That is a good point.
Take it from me. I just spoke to Mal, and you know what he said? He said that M isn't eating enough greens, so think about it, all right?
Well, I will definitely eat my greens. Do we have any?
I'm not looking for.
I'm
that
I'm
right
certain
now,
that I
okay?
could have scrounged up some local vegetables with my survival check to add to the pot.
With that roll, maybe just like a wild onion or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an idea. Emra's kind of like touches the rabbit, and there's just this kind of like crackle of energy, and suddenly the rabbit is green via prestidigitation.
Doesn't look very
Callahan
appetizing, but it
is
works.
so impressed but angry about it, and just kind of like looked at him and like, well, whatever.
Emrys looks very proud. And now I will eat the rabbit and also my greens.
All right.
Great job,
As you do that, though, you're
Sorry.
Callahan. You're munching on your jerky, and you do see on the floor the Book of Mal with an arrow right through it.
The mini book of all.
The mini Book of Mal, yes, the mini book, not the big one, the mini one.
I never leave home without both books of Maul. You never know when you need them. That mini book has also taken an astounding amount of damage. I am so relieved that, like, I'm going to presume it's under a foot tall, so I can just constantly mend it. But goddamn,
There's a problem with mending books because you can mend the pages, but not what's written on it.
the font was too small to begin with. I mean, who's to say what was written on it?
A true follower would have it memorized and would
Exactly.
be able to
It's
write
not,
in.
it's not
Always-
what's actually
always have
written,
them
it's just the
memorized,
symbolism.
God, yeah. You
Callahan does not have it memorized, but
now you're like one of those devoted followers who reads the book a lot, but you don't retain anything.
I read the cover. I'll have you know.
It's a
Wow.
perfect role, by the way. Like,
That's to show how much that he knew about the mini book of
yeah,
Maul.
yeah.
He knew the cover. He knows it's a mini book of Maul.
Because it says Mal in the front. Just that Mal.
Mini Maul. It's actually it's just a mini Maul. It could have actually said MALL on it, but you wouldn't know anymore.
Yeah.
Mini mall.
But anyway,
With an arrow
after
stuck in it.
yes, with an arrow stuck in it. Good job, Sev. Good job. You you recover all your stuff. You do see the two bodies. Both Oni. You do not recognize these elf creatures. Callahan, you're from Walgate. You've seen an elf or two. It's incredibly rare in Walgate. And once you got to the mainland, you only saw about one, maybe, in the time you've been in Westreach. Emerus, you are well acquainted with elves.
Emrys is kind of. Some of you probably noticed Emrys, like after the encounter. Emrys just was in between tending to Callahan. Emrys was just sort of muttering like, "Goddamn elves."
Would I know
Savages.
anything about
Can't believe they'd be out here as well.
So you know what these pointy-eared guys are?
Yes, they are rather unsavory and less developed creatures. They when I was training as a mage, we were training in an area quite close to areas of land they are known to inhabit. My master did have some deals with them, but ultimately, well, it was simply to prevent them from becoming more of a nuisance than they already are.
I see.
Would I know anything about elf burial rites?
It's going to be a very hard roll for you, but roll history. No, actually, roll religion.
Because then this is Callahan trying to actually like consciously think of this. Can I use guidance on myself?
No, sure. Yeah.
Cool. And
See-
then roll history.
Okay. So a 13.
So 13.
Okay.
13 in total.
What you do know from elves, just from general religious knowledge, is that they worship the old gods. They are worshippers of Urien, Hontra, and Shalimir, the gods of sky, earth, and water. Um, and they also worship the tree of life. So basically, they worship the old first gods. Um, you know, just from passing Rontra, each god has a different burial rite. You do know that Rontra does have, they just bury the dead next to trees. Um, you're not really sure about the other ones. And Emerus, you do know that each elf, there's several different types of elves, and each elf focuses a worship on a different old god.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know, you don't exactly know which god these ones would worship.
Are they on their bodies or their figures that would like let me know, or my aim is to give them like a proper burial and then see what they had on them and then leave any kind of like what kind of looked like personal items to kind of mark the graves
Okay.
in case the others came back for them.
Roll an investigation.
Kill.
Good. Kill. 12. Okay. First of all, you'll notice weapons. They have very. One of them actually has a short sword, but it is a metal blade. The other one has a club, basically a stick with a stone embedded into the top. They have longbows. They have stone-tipped arrows. As for weapons, they all wear this very crude leather armor, and you do see they all, aside from the blue markings that seem to match, they all have these necklaces that seem to be made of these green and white stones, ending with a tooth of, seems like a canine from a large predator. Each of them has one of these. Aside from that, they have some stone daggers and little else.
I'm happy enough to leave and like pretty much all this on top of any sort of like buried grave.
Okay.
I am time conscious, both for the stream and for the idea that we're trying to get back to, or we're trying to hit Faywave before nightfall.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy to make like a more temporary sort of grave that's like very obvious for anyone approaching the road from the forest, but less so for anyone who's trying to travel from the from Westreach to Faywave.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say if you take with help from others and half an hour, you can do something like that. If the others choose to help you.
Emrys Emrys won't help unless asked.
Pretty much same for Demir. Demir will happily help if asked, but he's not gonna like just think to help on his own.
Yeah, same.
Okay, I rolled for the first two to kind of like see if Callum would ask, and I'll just roll for. No,
Okay.
it is looking like Callahan is proud today. Class. Do you want me to make? Is there a check you want me to make?
Are you asking for their help or not?
No, I rolled like a personal sort of check for like charisma, and it just kept on hitting.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, if it rolls 10 or higher, let's go. No, it's all negatives.
What does end up happening though? You don't really need any checks on this, but it does take about an hour to do that, so it's going to delay everything. At around half an hour, Alan just tell you, lad, leave him. Let's go.
2 spells that I can do, or that I would like to do, since I'm doing it on my own. If I do something that gives me enhanced strength, would that help at all, or is that just more for?
Yeah, sure. It would cut down on time a little bit.
In that case, I would like to cast Enhance Ability
Oof, nice.
Full.
Okay.
I don't know if that's popping up or not, but let's go. And then the other one, I just need to figure out which one of these 2 spells they are. I think it's Gentle Repose.
Okay, that preserves the bodies from decaying for 10 days.
Yeah. So the idea is that they're shallow graves, but the bodies are fine for the next 10 days. So they're
Totally fine. I'm gonna say with that spell and the gentle repose, I'm gonna say you can do it in a little over half an hour, and you're caked in mud, but you return as everyone is just waiting by the wagon, waiting for you.
I'm assuming I can't recover the era of mind that I spent because the guy I shot it in ran away.
Yes, it is firmly inside him.
All right. But I'll probably take some of those.
You can
stone
take.
arrows.
There's currently 20 arrows available, 20 elven arrows available to you.
Right.
If you wish to take any of them.
Sure.
All right.
I can use them for hunting.
Yep, you can. They're well made. Just
Stone, not
easier to break.
metal.
Yeah, so you guys gather. You just actually no. You see Callahan return after you've watched him just dig the graves and perform his burial rites, and he does return as the Alan just goes. Had your fun, lad. Can we go?
Because Callahan cast Enhance Ability, can it be swole as fuck with bull strength?
You have several veins just popping everywhere on your neck and forehead that are visible.
I did pick the spell in the idea that this was just him like doping and steroiding himself
Yeah.
up. Yeah, I'll take whichever position hasn't been taken yet.
Okay.
In terms of like.
You carry on then through the heavy rain, and a few hours later, as you assume the sun is setting, because the storm clouds are still covering it. Callahan, you're the first one to spot something in the distance. You see, first of all, you see the sea. And then you see a walled city up ahead. Then everyone starts seeing this as you finally arrive in the vicinity of Faywave. As you get closer, you do see that nobody is at the gates except for a single guard hiding behind a little spot of cover, under a little spot of cover, and he's sitting down, cross-legged. He sees you and sees you're all bloodied and dirt and just covered in mud and not in a good condition. And he looks at you and goes, "Oi, hell happened to you?"
Emery's just like, elves.
Oh, fucking hell. Okay. Yeah. Come right in. The gates are open, and he just signals with the spear. Find yourself a warm place to stay.
Emery just nods and kind of nods for the everyone else to
I'll nod as well.
head in.
All right. And you do see Faywave as you enter the port
boy.
town.
A new map.
Yes, a new map. You arrive at Faywave, and Alan turns to you. You see him cough a little bit. Alright, so I promised you payment. I'm gonna give you payment. And he goes into the back and starts going through his stuff. What about it? What are you planning to do while you're in Faywave?
Like I said, we're gonna take a look at some things while we're here in town.
Ah, yeah, you were investigating. Well, Faywave's not a big town, but it's good. It's a good place. Ah, there we go. Picks up a bag of coins and walks over to Kyoho. Puts it in her hands. She'll be all there.
All right.
Pleasure doing business with you. And turns to Callahan. If you're still around town, I'll be calling you in a couple of months.
Is that what the wedding is? Yeah, few
Aye.
months.
Aye.
Oh, Alan, baby. I was under the impression it was a few days away.
No. I said months, lad.
Hit me up with the RSVP. I get the date and I'll swing by. Look, man, it was an absolute pleasure. I'm glad I saved your life, and I stick out a hand to shake his hand.
He shakes your hand back and turn. Right. If I weren't with you, I'd probably be dead along the way. You're good hired hands. I'll be talking about you. Do ya? You got a name? A group name?
I was thinking the mini book of malls, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to discuss that one. Alan, look, let us get back with you. Let us get back with you. Look, I'm a hard man to miss. RSVP, tell Jesse that good luck and all that.
Good. I'll actually be looking for the two Oni. They're easier to spot. Right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Whatever.
And he
It's
mushes.
Not like I wanted your attention or anything. It's cool.
He tells the horses to keep going, and he vanishes further down the road, leaving you with 20 gold each.
Yeah.
As I'm putting a pocket on, I turned to everyone. I was like, guys, his daughter's prego. Jeez, I've been holding that one in all day.
Like the tomato sauce? What do you mean?
No, Demir.
Alan's
Pregnant.
gonna
She's
kinda
harboring life.
disassociates for a moment. His spirit just leaves his body.
Demir starts writing notes down.
Saving throws, and then he goes back into the body.
Demir starts writing notes. So I see. Yes, another saying I wasn't familiar with. Yes, quite.
Of course, he would write notes.
Right, guys. I think first order of business is maybe get a place for a warm bath. I don't know about you guys, but I smell of the outdoors. Disgusting. I much prefer this place, and I take a big old whiff of the city and get assaulted by the smell of doo-doo.
Yes, lots of it.
Let's go.
I'm sure the smell of the sea overpowers it.
You'd think that.
To some, at least it's there.
We're going to need to
It's-
teach you how to handle the
it's at
outdoors
least
better.
salty doo-doo.
Yes, quite. Though before we handle the outdoors, perhaps a more comfortable place to stay tonight would be in order. It is pretty late, and well, we have had a rather long day.
Indeed.
At least I have. And Demir takes out an arrow that he forgot about earlier and just rips it out.
Yeah.
Oh, missed one.
Big freaking Oni. Yeah, so you ask around. Alan actually pointed you towards a place you can stay. There's an inn called the Silver Hawk. And as you make your way to this 2-story stone building, You open the door and you see dry, a dry home. The heat from the fire, from the hearth, the large hearth, hits you. You see people drinking, and you see food warm being delivered. And you finally reach civilization, and that is where we're gonna end the session. Seems like a good spot.
Yep. You almost party wiped again.
Almost isn't actually party wiping. It's
5 HP before I got to take a turn.
god
Yeah.
damn
Thank you for the mercy, Ransummer.
Thank you, wizard. Thank you, wizard.
You guys handled yourselves quite well, actually.
Yeah.
So
Us wizards really need to, get into the habit of using mage armor before the fight.
well, to be fair,
It lasts 8
Monday
hours.
for the raid and making sure that all of our rolls were good.
Yeah.
Better when raids come in.
yeah. Thank you, Yisa, if you're still around. I don't know if you are, but thank you for the raid, and thank you for everyone that joined in the raid and for the follows. I hope you enjoyed it. This was a half RP, half exploration, quite a bit of RP and a lot of battle, but it was a good example of what happens when you're ambushed by a very well prepared group.
And a lot
Yes.
a lot.
And a good example of what they do if you end up being more than they expect.
Yes.
Good example of what happens when no one rolls well on perception.
Also that.
Watch.
But well, I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope my players enjoyed it. I personally enjoyed it a lot. Love you
I had a lot of
guys.
fun.
You guys are. Give it up for my players, for the Misfits here. Wonderful RPing, wonderful game. Very proud of you, and I am going to find
Thank you.
someone to raid. And
The GM as well.
Yeah, thank you.
thank you.
Yeah,
But
pick someone.
actually, let me look for someone doing D&D. Someone
Yeah,
new.
because we had somebody raid us last week because of
Yeah,
that.
yep.
See
Paying
if
it
anybody else
forward.
has some good stick figures.
Let's see if someone, hopefully, with less views than us. Huh?
Yeah.
I've also just about managed to make up enough points so that I can finally make Mini Book of Maul an NPC. Let's give this guy some life, boys. He's after saving mine 100 times.
Careful.
Well,
Careful with all that might you're getting.
I'm less than 1,000 off being able to kill a PC. I'm not going to kill a PC though. I'll kill the mini book of Mal.
Okay.
Yeah, is it less points to kill an NPC as opposed to a PC?
Well, the mini book of Mal is like basically a PC, honestly.
There's
It's
a
that
lot
kind of
of D&D
status.
streams going on right
There-
now. With,
there-
not a lot of
I
viewers.
found one that I liked, but it turns out they're French. But it was COVID bastards. I like that one, but maybe someone that everyone can understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. What do we have here?
Yeah, my French is rusty.
I speak 4 words of French.
You speak 4 words of French. Okay.
J'achetais le petit pain.
I knew it.
I buy small bread.
Thank you.
All right. There's the someone's playing Icewind Dale. That's cool. Let's see. D&D for awesome. Let's give them a raid, shall we? Let's see. Raid. All right, guys. Let's see. You got this message if you're not subscribed, and you got this message if you are subscribed. There we go. Don't spam it, guys. Just say hello, give it the message, and stick around for the stream. It's always nice. And thank you so much to everyone for watching, for sticking around. I hope you all enjoyed it. And next week there will be more Misfits and also Pathfinders in the weekend. And and welcome to Faywave, town that has been planned for a long time for another campaign at TPK. But yeah, yeah.
Oh, we're doing you a favor, allowing you to reuse content.
Yes, you are, and more
We
mommy
use
milkers.
content designed for characters much higher levels. Yay!
Yay! Yeah. Thank you so much, and I'll see you
completely
next
running
time.
away from the other content you're already in the middle of.